Vishnupada Paramhamsakacharya Shrotarashata Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nam Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees of Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees of Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Welcome to this morning Bhagavatam class. Today we are reciting the verse from Canto 4, Chapter 22nd, Pruth Maharaj meeting 4 Kumaras, and the text number 38. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text 38. Yasmin idam sad asad atmaya vibhati. Maya viveka viduti srajivahi buddhi. Tam nitya mukta parishuddha vishuddha tattvam. Pratyuda karma kalila prakritim prapadye. Yasmin idam sadasad atmaya vibhati. Maya viveka viduti srajvahi buddhi. Tam nitya mukta parishuddha vishuddha tattvam. Pratyuda karma kalila prakritim prapadye. Yasmin idam sadasad atmata vibhati. Maya viveka viduti srajivahi buddhi. Tam nitya mukta parishuddha vishuddha tattvam. Pratyuda karma kalila prakritim prapadye. Prabhuji. Maya viveka viduti srajivahi buddhi. Tam nitya mukta parishuddha vishuddha tattvam. Pratyuda karma kalilam prakritim prapadye. Yasmin idam sada sadatmaya vibhati. Maya viveka viduti srajivahi buddhi. Tam nitya mukta parishuddha vishuddha tattvam. Pratyuda karma kalila prakritim prapadye. Yasmin idam sadasad atmataya vibhati. Maya viveka viduti srajivahi buddhi. Tam nitya mukta parishuddha vishuddha tattvam. Katim karma kalila prakritim prapadye. Anybody would like to? Yasminidam sad asad atmataya vibhati. Maya viveka viduti srajiva hi buddhi. Tam nitya mukta parishuddha vishuddha tattvam. Ta pratyuda karma kalila prakrutim prapajye. Okay. Yasminidam sadatmataya vibhati. Maya viveka viduti srajiva hi buddhi. Tam nitya mukta parishuddha vishuddha tattvam. Pratyuda karma kalila prakrutim vipajye. Okay, word to word meaning. Yasmin, in which, idam, this, sat asat, the Supreme Lord and his different energies. Atmataya, being the root of all causes and effect. Vibhati, manifest. Maya, illusion. Vivek viduti, liberated by deliberate considerations. Sraji, on the rope. Va, or ahi, serpent. Buddhi, intelligence. Tam, unto him. Nitya, eternally. Mukta, liberated. Parishuddha, uncontaminated. Vishuddha, pure. Tattvam, truth. Pratyuda, transcendental. Karma, fruitive activities. Kalila, impurities. Prakritim, situated in spiritual energy. Prapadye, surrender. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Please repeat with me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead manifests Himself as one with the cause and effect within this body, but one who has transcended the illusory energy by deliberate consideration, which clears the misconception of a snake for a rope, can understand that the Paramātmā is eternally transcendental to the material creation and situated in pure internal energy. Thus, the Lord is transcendental to all material contamination. Unto Him only must one surrender. Purport. Listen. Please listen. This verse is specifically stated to defy the Mayavada conclusion of oneness without differentiation between the individual soul and the super soul. The Mayavada conclusion is that the living entity and the super soul are one. There is no difference. The Mayavadis proclaim that there is no separate existence outside the impersonal Brahman, and the feeling of separation is Maya, or an illusion, by which one considers a rope to be a snake. The rope and the snake argument is generally offered by Mayavada philosophers. Therefore, these words which represents Vivartavada are specifically mentioned herein. Actually, Paramātmā, the super soul, is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is eternally liberated. In other words, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is living within this body along with the individual soul, and this is confirmed in the Vedas. They are likened to the two friends sitting on the same tree, yet Paramātmā is above the illusory energy. The illusory energy is called Bahiranga Shakti, or external energy, and the living entity is called Tatastha Shakti, or marginal potency. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, the material energy represented as earth, water, air, fire, sky, etc. And the spiritual energy, the living entity, are both energies of Supreme Lord. Even though the energies and the energetic are identical, the living entity, individual soul being prone to be influenced by the external energy, considers Supreme Personality of Godhead to be one with himself. The word prapadje is also significant in this verse, for it refers to the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. In other place, Lord says, Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate, Bhagavad Gita 7:19. The prapadje or Saranam Vrajate refers to the individual surrendered to super soul. The individual soul, when surrendered, can understand that Supreme Personality of Godhead, although situated within the heart of the individual soul, is superior to the individual soul. The Lord is always transcendental to the material manifestation, even though it appears that Lord and the material manifestation are one and the same. According to Vaishnava philosophy, he is one and different simultaneously. The material energy is a manifestation of its external potency, and since the potency is identical with the potent, it appears that Lord and individual soul are one. But actually, individual soul is under the influence of material energy, and the Lord is always transcendent to it. Unless the Lord is superior to individual soul, there is no question of prapadje or surrender unto him. This word prapadje refers to the process of devotional service. Simply by non-devotional speculation on the rope and the snake, one cannot approach the absolute truth. Therefore, devotional service is stressed as more important than deliberation or mental speculation to understand the absolute truth. Let's do Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitam Shyam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. We are continuing the Srimad Bhagavatam 4th canto, where Prut Maharaj is receiving the instructions from 4 Kumaras. So in this verse it is mainly described, the 4 Kumaras are mentioning the ultimate, what is the true knowledge, how we can understand the true knowledge. And in this regard, Srila Prabhupada was comparing in the purport the difference between the Mayavada philosophy and Vaishnava philosophy. So when we try to understand why these different versions of philosophies are coming into the picture, where somebody like the Vaishnava philosophy is saying one thing and the different interpretation is coming from the same literature with a different version of the philosophy coming, right? So when we try to understand why the different philosophies are coming, one point it is importantly mentioned in the purport as well, that the knowledge of this God, this is understandable only by performing devotion. It is only understand when even Bhagavad Gita also Krishna mentioned, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam ye namami upayantite. If you perform the sincere devotional service, Krishna will reveal you the knowledge. So this is how the devotional knowledge, the actual knowledge will come only by surrendering to the Lord, by performing the devotional service. We will be able to understand what is the actual, who am I, who is Krishna, what is our relationship with Krishna, and how we can achieve Krishna. This is the true knowledge, and this is only can be achieved through the devotional process. That is what one of the key points which Prabhupada was highlighting in the purport. But when these different philosophies are coming, even though it is mentioned very clearly that bhakti is the only way to understand this knowledge, but the different philosophies are coming, like the Mayavada philosophy. When we try to understand the difference, we'll try to understand certain basic concepts which are prevailing in this material world. Let's try to understand. In the material world, we have the word educated and uneducated, literate and illiterate. Right? These are the words which we understand. Like when a basic understanding of the educated person or literate means one can see, one can read the things, and we can write things. That is a basic understanding. In few years back in India, they are making a drive in the government, like 100% literacy. What does it mean? Their benchmark is, if a person can put his signature, can read his things, that's literate, the educated person. So this is how the material concepts are prevailing. Like that is at the basic level. In a higher level, if you see in the society, if a person did PhD, he will be considered as very educated, knowledgeable person. Right? So these are the various concepts prevail currently in the material context. But even in the same language, in the same context, we have the understanding that if we have to understand the scriptures, we need to know the Sanskrit language, we need to know the grammar. All these things are required in order to understand the scriptural knowledge. That is one of the, in the material world, that is the people understanding, right? In order to understand Bhagavad, if I have to read Bhagavad Gita, if I have to read Srimad Bhagavatam or any other literature, scriptural scriptures, I need to know the language, grammar, I need to understand, right? But in the material education, that may be true. Yes, if you have to do some PhD, you need to have basic qualification in different subjects, right? But when it comes to the spiritual knowledge, what is required? Just know, if you know the Sanskrit knowledge and the grammar, it's good. It's an advantage, but it is not a mandatory thing. We know the pastimes from the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pastime in Sri Rangam. When he was in Sri Rangam, he was taking the darshan of Lord Ranganath, and he was passing through the street, and there was a Brahmana. He was sitting on the side of the road, and he was holding the Bhagavad Gita upside down. And he was trying to, I think we know the pastime, many people have heard. He was reading the Bhagavad Gita upside down. He doesn't know how to read, but he was trying to read, and he was crying, tears coming from his face. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and asked, "Why are you crying? Because you are not able to read, people are humiliating, because of that are you crying?" Then he said, "No, because my Guru Maharaj instruction is to read Bhagavad Gita daily, and I am trying to follow his instruction. But when I'm trying to read the Bhagavad Gita, but I'm not able to read. But when I see the picture of the Bhagavad Gita on the cover, Krishna is a Supreme Lord, but he is acting as a chariot driver to Arjuna. By thinking that such a great Supreme Lord and so merciful, he is behaving like a chariot driver. By thinking that, I feel very I think that he was very emotional, and he's trying to understand the Supreme Lord, how merciful he is. That is causing the tears from his eyes. So he is illiterate. He doesn't know Sanskrit, or he doesn't know any language, but he understands the essence of the scripture. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. You are the true person who understands the essence of the scripture, right? Understanding the supreme nature of the Lord, his merciful nature. That is the true thing. The idea, the actual knowledge that we need to, even though just by following the Guru's instructions, just trying to read Krishna Bhagavad Gita, he understood the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So what this example proves that, in order to understand the scriptures, in order to understand Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, All we need is the mercy of Guru, devotion. Another important story, this is same, the Shankaracharya, Mayavada philosophy, who profounder of the Mayavada philosophy, right? When he was going through in the Varanasi streets, one very old person, he was trying to by heart the Sanskrit grammar, and is very old, and he is trying to by heart the rules, memorizing the rules of the grammar of the Sanskrit. And then by seeing this, Shankaracharya he was very compassionate towards him. Then he composed this: Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukurum Karane. Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukurum Karane. Dukurum Karane means grammar. When you are leaving the body, this grammar will not save you. What you have to do? Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. Perform the devotional service to Govinda. That is the ultimate aim. So even Mayavada philosophy profound himself is telling that the Bhaja Govinda, Vyakarna Sanskrit will not teach you the knowledge of the scriptures. It's only, even Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktyamam Abhijanati, right? So by doing the devotional service only, you will understand the scriptures. Now we can understand the people, why these variations are coming. The Vaishnava philosophy, it's clearly mentioning perform the devotional service, and that will give you the true knowledge. But if you don't perform the devotional service, by applying your some Sanskrit language skills or grammatical skills, if you are trying to interpret, it's like we know the Sanskrit, each word will have multiple interpretations, multiple meanings are allowed. And if you try to use your own mental speculation and knowledge and you try to derive, that's where you will come up with a new philosophy. And you will deviate from the original. So this is where we need to understand why the one side is Mayavada philosophy, otherwise Vaishnava philosophy. Why these interpretations are coming? This is one of the reasons. Not the only reason, maybe this is one of the reasons where we will interpret according to our own understanding of the knowledge, language, and we come up with a theory. So this is how the different variations, different flavors are coming, and it will confuse. And so the ultimate thing is, we need to understand who is Krishna, what is our relationship with Krishna, how we can reach Krishna. This is the true knowledge. This you will achieve only through devotion. So now, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Mayavada Bhasha Sunle Hoy Sarvanash. Right? If we try to follow the philosophy of Mayavadi, you will be ruined. So we need to understand, we need to go through the bona fide spiritual master, take the shelter, and try to get through his instructions. You perform devotional service, then only you will understand the true knowledge of scriptures. Now, coming back to this verse, in this it is mentioned that the Supreme Personality of Godhead manifests himself as one with the cause and effect within this body. That is the first line mentioned in the translation. The Supreme Personality of God, if I read the translation completely one more time, just for understanding purpose. The Supreme Personality of Godhead manifests himself as one with the cause and effect within this body, but one who has transcended the illusory energy by deliberate consideration, which clears the misconception of a snake for a rope, can understand the Paramātmā is eternally transcendental to material creation and situated in pure internal energy. Thus the Lord is transcendent to all material contamination. Unto him only one must surrender. So here it is mainly the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a cause and effect within this body. But this we can understand only when we come out of this illusory energy. When we come out of this illusory energy, when you do the devotional service, when you perform devotional service, then you will understand that he is the cause and effect, and then you will understand that he is beyond this material contamination. He is very pure. So all this knowledge will come only through the devotional service. Now let's try to understand how the Supreme Lord is cause and effect of this in this body. So it is mentioned in the first the line of the verse, Sad Asad, means Supreme Lord and his different energies, Atma Taya being the root of all cause and effect. So we try to understand first how the Supreme Lord is cause of our existence. That is a thing. So he is the cause and effect, means he is the base. Because of him we are existing, because of him we are maintained and surviving. So that is a cause and effect. Let's try to understand how we are, there is the base, essence of our existence, cause. Example, I think I heard recently in Abhishek Prabhu's class, he was nicely explained this, he gave this analogy. Like if a big fire is there, if you are sitting surrounding the fire, small sparks will come. It will come from the fire and it may fall on your body. It will burn your body sometimes, or it will burn your cloth, anything. So even though it's a small spark of fire, it has a potency to create a damage on you. But that existence of the spark is connected to actual fire which is there, right? So if there is no fire, the spark is nothing, right? There is no spark. So even though spark has individual ability to cause destruction, but it is connected to the actual fire. Source of the fire is there under the ground. From there, this spark is emanated. So this is how we can understand Krishna is our cause of our. One more example. If you are going through some lake, and under the bank of the lake, you will have a tree. Reflection you can see in the tree, in the water. The reflection is there because original tree is there on the bank of the water. Right? If there is no tree on the bank, you will not see the reflection of the tree on the water. Right? So, same way, Krishna is a cause of our existence. Since he is there, we are existing. How we can understand this? In Srimad Bhagavatam, it was explained, right? So, when Krishna is the topmost, from there Balaram will come, then the first Chaturviha, second Chaturviha, then Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu, when inhale and exhale, so many bubbles will come, and each of the bubble will become a universe, and this is the Mahavishnu, start from Mahavishnu body, all the bubbles will come, each bubble is like a universe, and in each of the universe, again, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu enters, and from then the secondary creation Brahma does, but from each of the living entity created, Vishnu, Kshirodakashayi Vishnu enters into that as a Paramātmā. So, every stage, Vishnu is entering, the Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. He is entering and he is meant, because and the creation is happening, right? So without Vishnu, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, there is no material creation. That is not going, there is no value for the, so he is the cause. When we understand Krishna is the cause of this, our body, we can understand Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashayi, Krishna, how they are playing important role in creation of this material world. Without their involvement, the material world cannot be created. Even we heard stories of Brahma. When Brahma was coming out of the Garbhodakashayi, the Vishnu, the lotus, he doesn't know what to do. Finally, he did tapasya. Then Vishnu gave the knowledge. Right? So, every stage, the Lord involvement is there in the creation. So, he is the cause of this, our body, this material creation. And it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Chatusloki Bhagavad Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhavo, matta sarvam pravartate, iti matva bhajante mam, Bhuda Bhava Samanvita. Krishna is saying, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service, worship me with all their hearts. So, Krishna is saying, both all this material and spiritual world is emanating from me. And now we can understand how these three layers of three Purusha avatars, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashayi, Kshirodakashayi, how this material world is emanating. So, this clearly explains he is the cause of our existence. And another verse is, Matta partaram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya, mayi sarvam idam proktam sutre manigana iva. There also, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So here also Krishna is saying, he is the cause of our existence. So these are all examples like the material energy, the fire and fire spark, tree and the reflection of a tree. And these verses proving that yes, Supreme Lord is the cause of our existence. If without him, we don't have any value, no meaning to us. We will not exist first of all. Yeah, that's the understanding. Now we understand how is the effect. Cause is because of him we are created. But now because of him we are surviving. We are maintained. by him only. How we can understand that? One basic thing is, he is there in our heart as a Paramātmā. Many times he speaks and he tries to give us instruction, but we are not in a position to understand. Right? But at least we know from Bhagavad Gita, he is sitting and watching all our activities. Paramātmā is there. And now next, in Bhagavad Gita, 7th and 9th and 10th chapters, Krishna in Bhakti Yoga, Krishna was mentioned many places how he is a maintainer. He mentioned, Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi, Tejas Tejasvinam Aham. In 7th chapter of 10th verse, Bhagavad Gita is saying, I am the intelligence of intelligent and the professor of all powerful man. If somebody is very powerful, very, very heavy personality, very weightlifting, he is creating many, many records in the world stage. What it means? That prowess, the energy is coming from Krishna. Krishna has unlimited qualities. And when we hear from the scriptures, right, Krishna, in the quality, we are equal to Krishna. In quantity, we are not equal, right? What equal? We are less in minute in quantity. So what it means? Whatever Krishna we have, all the people will exhibit. Each one will have some qualities. But if you think that you are a very intelligent person, your IQ is very topmost, it means that our intelligence is coming from Krishna. That Krishna quality is manifested in you. Because of that, you are able to show that intelligence. Krishna's quality, that energy prowess is manifested in you. Because of that, you are able to perform very high lifting, very heavy weight, or you are achieving some world records. So everything, whatever you are achieving in this material world, it is Krishna's energy manifested in you. Because of that, you are able to achieve all these material rich rewards or anything. And also mentioned Balam Balavatam Chaham. I am the strength of the strong person. Krishna is saying again. So, is saying, because this is the effect. Because he understood this is the effect, means how we are able to do all these things because of him. And in 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, of the Adityas I am Vishnu, of lights I am radiant sun, of the Marutas I am the Marichi, among the stars I am the moon. So, you know how we are getting the sunlight energy? Through sun. And who is Krishna? He is the sun. That's what he is the. So everywhere he is the effect. Because of him presence, we are able to do so many things in this. So with all these examples, we can understand that his presence is felt in each and every time in our material world. Everything, whatever wonderful thing you are seeing in this material world, it is because of Krishna. It is present in this world, and we are able to. So if those who only devotional, those practice devotional service, who understand this now, they will connect to and see, okay, this is Krishna's potency, this is Krishna's. And the remaining people will try to enjoy this material world. So how we can understand this analogy? We have a body, and soul is present. As long as soul is present in this body is alive. And we will have a value for each and every organ. Every bodily senses, we have the value. Once soul leaves the body is dead. Like, so I have this, in my body I have different senses and organs there. Now I have this hand, I have these legs. The hand and leg will have a value as long as this body is alive. Once the body is dead, nobody cares this hand or anything, right? But when body is alive, if my hand wanted to do as per his own way, it doesn't follow my instruction, but it wanted to, if the hand wanted to perform things according to his own wish, what will happen? It will create a problem for my body, right? In the same way, Krishna is there in everywhere in this material world. Every aspect is connected to Krishna. But those who are not understanding this, what trying to do? They wanted to enjoy like Krishna. They wanted to enjoy this material world like a Krishna. But actually our identity is, everything is connected to Krishna. We should be doing everything in line to the desire of Krishna. Like how if my hand is there, my hand should follow as per my instructions, right? Whatever the mind and the brain is giving the signals, according to that, it has to follow the instructions. Similarly, living entity has to follow the instructions of Krishna. But like how our hand and legs will follow. If the hand and leg not following, then immediately what you will do? You will go to a doctor and try to fix it. Its hand is not working properly, leg is not working properly, you go and fix it with a doctor, right? Similarly, when Krishna thinks that Everything is connected to Krishna. All the living entities have to work inline to the Krishna, in accordance with the Krishna. But you are trying to move away, and you want to enjoy like Krishna. What will happen? Krishna feels sad, but at the same time, who is a doctor? He will send as a spiritual master. He will send Vaishnava to give the knowledge, to make him understand. No, your path is not to enjoying like Krishna. You are to be in line to the Krishna. So these are all the various ways where we can understand why the Krishna is cause and effect. Our only aim is to serve Krishna and perform devotional service. So this is the Vaishnava philosophy. This is the knowledge which we need to understand. But in the Mayavada philosophy, as mentioned in the purport and the verse, what they think, how they think everything is Brahman, and the soul and the super soul no different. Ultimate aim is to merge in the Brahman to become a super soul. So you will become a god. That's what it means. You are in the material world. Once you realize the knowledge, you will become a god. You will merge in the Brahma Jyoti and you will become a god. So, but our Vaishnava philosophy clearly differentiating the soul, super soul is different. Even the super soul is present in this material body, he is not impacted by this material energy. He is very always pure. This is what in the purport Prabhupada explained. One example here, it was mentioned in the translation and purport. Considering a rope to be a snake. This is the Mayavada philosophy. How they propose this, their argument of how we can. So rope and snake, considering the rope to be a snake. Suppose if you are walking in the dark night, suddenly you see a rope. By seeing the rope, immediately you think that it is a snake, because you are not able to see the thing clearly. And what will happen? You will be panicked. You will try to take some action to protect yourself, right? So, though after when the light comes, you will see, oh, it is a rope, not snake. Then you will realize. So, they will say that because of what they are saying is, rope is real there in that example. Snake is illusion, right? Same way, Mayavadis tell that this material world is real. Sorry, no, the Brahman is real. Brahman is real. This material world is illusion. This is not real. But that is not what our Vaishnava philosophy's difference is. This, yes, the Brahma Jyoti is there, Brahman is there, but that is not the. Even Bhagavatam says, Brahmeti, Paramātmēti, Bhagavan iti chabdati. The Bhagavan is understood in three different levels: Brahman level, Paramātmā level, and Bhagavan level. And that it can be understood only through devotion. But whereas in Mayavada philosophy, this material world is illusion. It is not illusion. Vaishnava clarifies. There is a difference between the illusion and it's a temporary. We are in this material world. It is real, but it is not illusion. Right? We are all living in this building, it is this temple, this Sydney. This is a material world. It is real, but it is temporary. Whereas Mayavada feels that this is unreal. So that is a subtle difference where they will interpret differently. So this is how we can understand the difference between the Mayavada philosophy and the Vaishnava philosophy. So Vaishnava philosophy, all this is the final conclusion is, even though super soul is present in our body, he is not impacted by this material world, material energy, he is always pure. The way Mayavada is saying that, it is not correct, where we are not going to merge in the Brahma Jyoti to become a Lord, soul is having its identity. Like in an example I was mentioning, spark is there, the fire spark. The identity is there, but it is connected to the fire. Similarly, our identity is a soul is there, but it is connected to super soul. So this is how we can understand the difference between the Mayavada philosophy and the Vaishnava philosophy, and how these variations are coming. So in order to get the right knowledge, surrender to Guru, take his instructions, practice your devotion, then you will get the right knowledge. So I will conclude here. Any questions, any comments? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील